holiday season, happy holidays.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Hey, Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
And I want to read a passage from one of his lectures, which I think is one of the greatest things he ever wrote, and which has been a very marvelous thing for me. It was in a lecture delivered to a group of clergy in Switzerland a considerable number of years ago, and he writes as follows. People forget that even doctors have moral scruples, and that certain patients' confessions are hard even for a doctor to swallow. Yet the patient does not feel himself accepted, unless the very worst in him is accepted too. No one can bring this about by mere words. It comes only through reflection, and through the doctor's attitude towards himself and his own dark side. If the doctor wants to guide another, or even accompany him a step of the way, he must feel with that person's psyche. He never feels it when he passes judgment. Whether he puts his judgments into words or keeps them to himself makes not the slightest difference. To take the opposite position and to agree with the patient offhand is also of no use. Feeling comes only through unprejudiced objectivity. This sounds almost like a scientific precept, and it could be confused with a purely intellectual, abstract attitude of mind. But what I mean is something quite different. It is a human quality, a kind of deep respect for the facts, for the man who suffers from them, and for the riddle of such a man's life. The truly religious person has this attitude. He knows that God has brought all sorts of strange and inconceivable things to pass, and seeks in the most curious ways to enter a man's heart. He therefore senses in everything the unseen presence of the divine will. This is what I mean by unprejudiced objectivity. It is a moral achievement on the part of the doctor.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the legendary Alan Watts reading the works of Carl Jung. Tonight's topic, it's one of those topics, man. Listen, I've been gone since last Thursday. It's Monday, and the voice of reason will not take his foot off of our collective necks. I gotta have these deep conversations. Because as we continue this voice of reason space where we come to discuss, right? I have to have the conversations that many people are afraid to have. And tonight is no exception. The hidden purpose of conflict in relationship. A deeper look at conflict's spiritual purpose for relationship. Now, we live in a time where nobody wants any type of conflict in their relationship. Do you believe that that's an unrealistic expectation? Do you believe that relationships should be easy? You got some relationship folk out there talking about relationships shouldn't be hard. You got some relationship folk out there talking about relationships should be easy. I have a question. Did God create conflict? And if Source created conflict, what is conflict's role in your personal growth? In the growth of your relationship? Now, I'm not talking about everyday knockdown, drag out. But you need to understand that knockdown, drag out arguments and disputes and conflict, they come from some place. They are sustained by some fuel source. How do you unlock the spiritual wisdom within conflict? How do you navigate conflict's deeper meaning in relationship? Are you avoiding conflict? Can conflict be used as a catalyst for the growth of your relationship, for the maturation of your relationship? This is heavy now. This is heavy. I've got questions, and you already know what we do. This is a national discussion. I want everybody to call in from everywhere, especially all over the Southland. Los Angeles is home for me. So I want my Los Angelinos to show up en masse. I want everybody across the nation who are tuned in to the VOR, because trust me, this is going to be on fire tonight. I've got a couple of questions to ask before we move forward. What is the spiritual meaning of conflict? Can conflict be a good thing in relationships? True or false? If you use conflict as a growth process, it can help you increase patience, care, and love, helping you focus on what's really important. Let me read it again. True or false, agree or disagree. If you can use conflict as a growth process, it can help you increase patience, care, and love, helping you focus on what's really important. But you got to have the conflict. Why do we run from conflict? Why do we have such disdain for conflict? Agree or disagree? The problem with brushing issues under the rug or stuffing hurt feelings is that they never really go away. Instead, they usually just return in bigger, listen to that, they return as bigger issues. Wow. True or false? Being able to discuss small issues helps address larger issues that are likely to occur somewhere down the road. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. I want to talk to you. National discussion, non-judgmental space. Everybody can participate. I want to hear your story. I want to understand your process. You can inspire me. I want y'all to do this with me. How can conflict serve a spiritual purpose in your relationship. When I come forward, more questions, more framing of the topic, and I want to talk to you.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Environmental justice, pollution, and climate. In Los Angeles and across America, people of color are suffering and dying from disproportionate health impacts on a planet that has less than 10 years to prevent irreversible damage. Heat illnesses, respiratory illnesses, water-related illnesses, food system impacts, insect-related diseases, black maternal health, and mental health effects. As the impacts of climate change mount, millions of vulnerable people, our people, are going to bear the brunt of these extreme environmental events, which will likely lead to forced displacement, loss of cultural identity, and other related risks. These realities are as real as rain. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details about the most progressive multimedia and live events campaign any black media outlet has ever undertaken to combat the climate catastrophe. Experts, events, empowerment. It's all on the way from unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580. We don't black down. We level up.
Level up, 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 level up.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is a nonprofit law firm that protects and advances the rights of the most underserved, leveling the playing field and ensuring that everyone can have access to the justice system. Every year, LAFLA provides free, high-quality legal services to more than 100,000 people living in poverty across greater Los Angeles. Their unique combination of neighborhood offices, self-help centers at courthouses, and domestic violence clinics puts Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles on the front lines in vulnerable communities and at the forefront of change. LAFLA's expert team of attorneys, paralegals, and support staff works to provide direct representation, offer counsel and advice, provide referrals, and educate the community about their legal rights through workshops and seminars. With locations all over LA, you can access their services or volunteer to help no matter where you live. And if you have an urgent issue, call 213-235-0060. That's 213-235-0060. To get legal help, make a donation, or volunteer, visit lafla.org. lafla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
You can't
Wrapped around your finger by the police. That lead man Sting, of course. And tonight we're talking about the spiritual purpose of conflict. Relationships are designed to push whatever demons in your spirit out. It's designed for that. Why? Why? Because relationship is a mirror. We look up the etymological root of the word mirror. You know what it basically comes down to? The word mirror itself means shadow. So now we're back to Carl Jung's shadow work. Relationships are the incubator for shadow work to be done. Not just good times, not just chilling. Conflict is often viewed as a negative aspect of relationship, causing distress and tension. Yes, it does that because you resist it. Carl Jung, what we resist persists. Sometimes we resist letting go of our mask. We resist letting go of this persona that we're trying to perpetuate. And that causes tension, conflict. However, when examined from a spiritual perspective, conflict can serve a deeper purpose. On tonight's show, we will delve into the spiritual meaning of conflict, its potential benefits for a relationship, and how it can lead to personal growth and understanding. Drawing inspiration from Carl Jung's concept of the shadow and the unconscious, we will explore how conflict can bring hidden aspects of ourselves to the surface, ultimately fostering a deeper love, a greater love, more understanding, more empathy, more compassion. This is the fuel that healthy relationships need in order to thrive. See, you think you can fake it and fake it until the relationship makes it. No. The spiritual purpose of this thing is to agitate that which you ignore from within. The spiritual meaning of conflict. Conflict at its core is a catalyst for growth and transformation. It serves as a mirror, reflecting our unresolved issues, unhealed wounds, and unacknowledged aspects of our deeper, darker selves, right? By engaging this conflict, we are given an opportunity to confront these hidden aspects and bring them into our conscious awareness. This process aligns with Jung's concept of the shadow, which represents the repressed and the rejected parts of our psyche. Nobody wants to see themselves as a liar. Nobody wants to see themselves as a cheater. Nobody wants to see themselves as a coquette. Nobody wants to see themselves as a manipulator. But we are. And so we put on a mask that says, no, I'm honorable. I'm a good person. I'm complete. The real good person embraces their incompleteness. They embrace the humanity of who they are, the brokenness of who they are. That's the real good person. No, I know you guys ain't ready for this. 1-800-920-1580. The benefits of conflict in relationships. Contrary to popular belief, conflict can be a positive force within our relationship. It can provide us an avenue to open communication, allowing partners to express their needs, desires, and concerns. Through conflict, couples can deepen their understanding of each other's perspective. Leading to increased empathy and compassion. Conflict also encourages personal growth, as it challenges individuals to confront their own limitations and biases. By embracing conflict as an opportunity for growth, relationships can definitely evolve and thrive. Let's go deeper into that. Let's dig deeper into that. Have you ever been in a relationship? Because we just did a show maybe a week or two ago, where we talked about saying things that you can't take back. Have you ever been in a relationship where you were allowed to say things that you couldn't take back? See, the fact that you want to take them back, the fact that you want to take certain things back, that means you thought about it and you recognize, hey, I really didn't mean what I said, right? Can you imagine a relationship that allows you to say things you don't mean and you are not persecuted for it? That's creating a safe space for expression. Can you imagine being in a relationship where you can say some of the hardest things, some of the harshest and worst things ever to your partner? And it's understood that you're not saying it from the perspective of, I'm really trying to hurt you, right? I'm just venting. I'm letting this off. Can you imagine if you had a partner that understanding? Can you imagine what that would do for you? Let's go deeper. Conflict as a catalyst for patience, care, and love. When conflict is approached with an open heart and a willingness to understand. Don't you know when somebody is going off on you and saying some of the most crass, incredulous, disrespectful, and asinine things to you, 99% of that stuff is said out of frustration, said out of anger, said out of disappointment, said out of dissatisfaction, said out of a space of wanting to be seen and heard, right? You know what we focus on? We focus on the 1% that we believe is true. This is where the saying, hit dogs holler. Ooh, you meant what you said. No, I didn't. I was angry. Can you imagine a relationship that has a safe space? Listen to what I'm about to say. That has a safe space to express yourself in the harshest way without taking offense, because we understand where it's actually coming from. Nah, we if you said it, you meant it. If you said it, stand on it, right? Contrary to popular belief, conflict can be a positive force within relationship. It provides an avenue for open communication, allowing partners to express their needs, desires, and concerns. Through conflict, couples can deepen their understanding of each other's perspective, leading to an increased level of empathy and compassion. Conflict as a catalyst for patience, care, and love. When conflict is approached with an open heart and a willingness to understand, it can foster the development of essential relationship qualities. But nobody wants to go through the crucible. Conflict requires patience, as it often involves navigating through difficult emotions and finding common ground. It encourages care, as partners must actively listen and validate each other's expressions and experience. And nobody really wants. Do you want to be in a relationship for real? These are skills that you must learn, right? And by all means, don't think I know them all. Don't think I've mastered them all. Don't think that, because I haven't, right? Ultimately, conflict can deepen love by creating opportunities for vulnerability, forgiveness, and acceptance. Wait, hold on. Ultimately, conflict can deepen love by creating opportunities for vulnerability, forgiveness, and acceptance. So, in order to deepen my love, I must be willing to forgive, yes. I must be willing to be vulnerable, yes. I must participate in acceptance, yes. By embracing conflict as a growth process, individuals can cultivate these qualities and strengthen their bonds. That's if they want to go through the crucible of fire. Many people do not. And this is why relationships are so flaky and stand on shaky ground. Everything has to be sweet. Everything has to be nice. Everything has to be aligned. I have to be getting what I signed up for. Heavy stuff, right? We got a caller on the line. Let's get him in here. Sean, Oakland, California. Get in here.
Hey, brother. Well, I have to tell you, this is an amazing, conversation, like always. But my thing is, when you're into that point between two people who are trying to make things happen, you have to be somewhat realistic in the sense that you're going to have some version of crisis. Mm-hmm. You're going to have some version of things going wrong, right? Mm-hmm. So, this isn't, look, and you said something that was really important, I think, in what you were saying to me, which was, no matter what I tell you about my experiences, when I'm telling you, some things to think about, I don't know it all. Now, I don't. I've been in a relationship a long time, but it doesn't mean I know about your relationship. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, look, what I do when I call is I've been married a long time, been in a good relationship and all for a long time, but not even 1 second, want you to think that everything I say is the way to do it, because your experience is going to be different than mine, and your experience is going to have critical moments, and your experience is going to have crisis, and your experience is going to have difficulties.
That's right.
So my only basic thing is take it easy on one another. Someone gave me that advice. I didn't come up with that, and it was the best advice I think I ever got. I think it was my uncle, but my aunt probably. Take it easy on one another, because you're going to come up with situations that are very difficult. But if you take it easy on one another, then you can move forward. And then if after that, it's up to you guys to see if you guys have that resilience.
Hey, well,
keep going.
Well, Sean, stay with me, because I know you got a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm
when we come forward, Sean out of Oakland, California, he's cooking. You hear the fish grease in the background. Hey, we're going to keep it popping when we come forward. More from the VOR.
Mephistopheles is not your name. I know what you're up to just the same. I will listen hard to your tuition.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. The issue of redistricting in Louisiana is back in court this week. A scheduled 7-day trial may determine whether political lines for state legislative seats will be redrawn. Plaintiffs claim Louisiana uses gerrymandered districts to dilute the black vote for both the U.S. House of Representatives and for state House and Senate seats. This week's trial will focus only on the state districts. A lawyer for imprisoned ex-Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, who was convicted of killing George Floyd, says there have been no updates provided to his client's family since he was stabbed behind bars. Minneapolis attorney Greg Erickson stated that he tried to reach out to the Federal Bureau of Prisons about 15 times. Chauvin was stabbed on Friday in the medium security prison in Arizona. He is in stable condition and is expected to survive. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
We've all felt the impact of rising food prices. For families in poverty, they're facing malnutrition and even death. You can feed a family for a month with your $50 donation to Compassion International. Just text the word radio to 97646.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Is your eyesight changing?
I can't read this anymore.
Don't lose hope. People just like you are working every day using Braille, screen magnification, speech technology, and other tools and blindness skills. Your eyesight may have changed, but your goals, they don't have to. We can help. Visit us on the web at blind.org. The National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
Joey from Vermont, a farmer trying to get through the winter. Adriana from South Carolina, a single mother living paycheck to paycheck. Liam from Ohio, an injured father struggling to provide for his family. Hi, I'm Shanola Hampton, and I support the Feeding America network of food banks because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just had a fight with my woman over something trivial told. We rarely have confrontation, and if the I said really was bold, I think she get it from my mama. Her bitterness passed down from old. When I'm calling out her trauma, she too defensive to listen, I'll call zone. Looking at, I got problems. You got the type of advice that I need. I couldn't get through on the mention series. Dana was hogging up the time that I need. Between working or being so clingy, plus the time zone difference don't make it more easy. Oh, so I figured I'd call in early. Turn my life down, mercy, I got through. You tuned in, yeah. So just lay back your mind. Someday, everybody tuning in to soul. Cause he is.
Most people are afraid to fully be themselves. They're afraid to embrace the parts of themselves that might be regarded as unacceptable, because embracing these unacceptable parts makes them feel uncomfortable. So to escape this uncomfortableness, they divide themselves into two halves.
Wait, stop. Bring it back to the top. Listen. Do you know how hard it is to be with somebody who can see you struggling with that fight? You don't want to be yourself. You don't want to tell the truth. You got diet truth on deck. What is diet truth, Zoe? I'm going to tell enough of the truth to not be considered a liar, but I'm not going to put it all out there for clarity. Do you know why conflict persists? Namely, because most people are not good communicators. They communicate in fear. If I tell you the complete truth, you might see me different. I know this because I've done it. If I tell you the actual no holds barred truth, I might run you up out of here. I've heard Dr. Mark Goulston say it another way. He was talking about, Dr. Mark Goulston, by the way, a friend of mine, he is a psychiatrist, and he was an FBI negotiator, and he went into the prisons to talk to prisoners to help them have breakthroughs. And he said something really heavy. He was talking to a prisoner about racism and about being black, and he was hit so hard by one of the prisoners with what he said. And what he said was, he asked him the question basically about what it means to be black and how do you be a black male and how do you deal with racism. And he said, you don't really want to know how bad it gets inside here. I'm taking that same point and applying it to your love life. There are certain people who see you struggling with the real you, the hurt you, the damaged you, the frail you, and this manicured mask of I'm in control, or I'm over it, or it's all good, or I'm through, or I'm done with that. Listen, there are certain people that come into your life that are specifically designed to see through the facade. Play the clip.
Your free trial. Most people are afraid to fully be themselves. They're afraid to embrace the parts of themselves that might be regarded as unacceptable, because embracing these unacceptable parts makes them feel uncomfortable. So to escape this uncomfortableness, they divide themselves into two halves, conscious and unconscious. In the conscious half, they construct an ideal image of themselves, an image formed out of the bits and pieces of their past that they deem as good and acceptable.
Wait,
and as a result,
stop it. Hold on, because we gonna go back to it. I'm sorry. I'm one of those people who will see the devil in you first. You know why? Because that was the first thing I saw in me, was the devil. It took me years of failing and hurting and falling and frustration and disappointment in order for my heart to open up wide enough to see God. I'm one of those people that's going to recognize your demon first. Do you understand? It's hard to be around me. Oh, because I'm going to see it. Can you imagine sitting around somebody who sees your demon, who sees what you have worked so hard to conceal? Play the clip.
In Jungian psychology, this repressed part of the personality is called the shadow. And unless the shadow is integrated into the personality, a person can never reach their fullest potential. Instead, one will always remain incomplete, fractured, and partial, living a life of regret rather than the full life that could have been. Imagine, for example, that I've solved a few equations and convinced myself that I'm a great mathematician. I might meet a few friends and they tell me that they have a math club. They gather every weekend and try to have a crack at math's most difficult problems. This scares me because if I join, I'll no longer get to be the great mathematician that I've convinced myself I am. Instead, I'll be a concrete person with actual strengths and weaknesses. And in this scenario, there are two possible actions I can take. The first action is to run from my shadow and let it grow. I refuse to join the math club and realize my own weaknesses as a mathematician. I get to cling to the ideal image of myself as a great mathematician.
The ideal image. If you got an image for yourself, you can't help but have an image for your partner. And if you have an image for yourself and an image for your partner, your relationship is in danger. Because the image of yourself is not real. And you damn well better believe the image of your partner isn't real. You got two works in progress wearing a Halloween mask. And if that mask begins to erode or deteriorate or experience any level of entropy, the relationship is in jeopardy. Whew. Sean from Oakland, get back in here. Finish your final thought.
Hey, brother. Well, my thing with everything that's been said there, I've been very fortunate. I've been in a long relationship. My better half and I have been together for 35 plus years. But my thing is, I'm telling you, I am not telling you to do what I do. But you know what's sexy? And I've been told this by people that, look, I'm very faithful, but makes me feel really good that I still got it, right? When there's girls out there that are like attracted to me but not overflowing, is that I tell the damn truth. Is it like, hey, I got these troubles in my life, but I'm taking the bull by the horn and dealing with them. You know, this is, if you're trying to hide the things that are troubles and you're trying to be someone you're not, that's never going to work in the long run.
It will
work short term.
I'm guilty of it, Sean.
I've done it.
Yes, I'm guilty of that,
I've done it too. Mm-hmm. I did it when I was, like in high school. I didn't know what to do, right? But, all of a sudden, I got good feedback. And by the way, the most important thing is the feedback. So it isn't just me, although that's important. It's how the person responds to you. So also be very conscious of how you respond to someone else, because the feedback they're given, they may not be on, I wouldn't say a level, they may not be where you're at. And so it's very important that you give them a positive feedback, but not to lead them on like there's some relationship, but to say, hey, that's really cool that you share that with me, because I share everything now in my life, but when I was younger, I didn't share anything. And so people didn't know anything about me. And when you don't give them who you are, they will make assumptions about you that you may not like.
Good point. Good point. Sean, guess what you just did?
I brought Oakland into the building, and I love you, brother.
Oaktown is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, All you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we going down south. Houston, Texas is up next.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age. But there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
Attention Los Angeles County residents. Dreaming of owning your own home? Looking for ways to generate income with your home? Or are you behind on payments and need help? Then mark your calendar for December 2nd. Join us at the Opening Doors Planning for the Stages of Home Ownership event at Magic Johnson Park in Willowbrook on December 2nd from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. for workshops, a resource fair, and much more. Attendance is free. We'll have raffle prizes, food, and more. Dive into valuable resources designed to help you navigate the home ownership pipeline. To learn more or to register for the event, please visit our website, dcba.la/openingdoors. Again, that website is dcba.la/openingdoors. See you at Magic Johnson Park on December 2nd. Doors open at 8 a.m. for registration. This message is brought to you by LA County Department of Consumer and Business Affairs.
KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Tia Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Tia Chuchas opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Tia Chuchas Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.tiachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Corner of a main street.
my playlist. I'm going to take you back to the 80s. 16 Candles. The Voice of Reason is on fire live from KBLA Talk 1580. We're talking about the spiritual purpose of conflict in relationship. And I believe that it has one. Conflict as an opportunity for greater love and understanding. Many people don't put those things together, conflict and greater love and understanding. Many people just don't, they see them as polar opposites. Conflict, when approached with the intention of respect, can be used as an opportunity for profound growth within a relationship. It can provide a chance to deepen our love and our understanding and our empathy and our compassion, right? It definitely can give us that, and even compromise. By embracing conflict as an opportunity to grow, right? Couples can transcend surface level disagreements and develop a deeper connection based on mutual respect and shared values. But I would take it a step further and say, not just superficial. The deep hurts that we visit upon each other, if seen from the perspective of, what is there for me to learn? How will this up-level me? When is the last time you saw conflict as a gift? And I'm not talking about the conflict that threatens your life. You get out of there. I'm talking about a partner who is reluctant to open up and share the whole truth of themselves. A partner who has lied, a partner who has betrayed you, a partner who has disrespected you, a partner who may have belittled you or demeaned you in some way out of frustration. How can we take those moments as teachable moments? How can we take those moments as crystal stairs to elevate the relationship? You know who the person is. Oh, this is a different side of you. That's only because you're interested in one side of me. Oh, I know people ain't ready for this talk tonight. Let me get my caller in here. Hey, Attila from Houston, Texas. Get in here.
Uncle Joe.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
I am alive and well. How are you?
I'm well. You know, just reflecting on the topic.
Yes.
So it kind of made me think of, like, you know, like when you're working out or you're in athletics and they say, like, pain is weakness leaving the body.
Right. No pain, no gain.
Yes. Like, could you say that, like, conflict is like Seago surfacing at the top of, like, your relationship bubble, if you will?
Sure.
Right.
Yes.
So, like, at that point, it's necessary, because if there's certain things that you're not dealing with within yourself, then your partner is the thing or the tool that's going to bring that up out of you.
Right.
You can't really avoid it.
But
which is weird, because I feel like, sorry?
But no, you saying something that's so heavy. But isn't that a gift, Attila?
I think so.
But many of us view it as a curse, as a problem.
No. I understand not liking conflict, like, because it's not fun, especially if someone is, like, pointing something out about you that is just, it seems really hurtful. But to me, like, you have to get it out. Like, you can't, it's, would you rather, like, just keep it in and let it fester? Like, you know, because you're not good that way either. So, like, I don't know. It's kind of like if you got a shot from the, you know, from the doctor's office or something like that, or you need medicine that tastes horribly. Like, you can't really get around that if you want to heal. But I guess that's the thing. Like, do people want to heal? Like,
no.
You could say you want to heal, but, like, is that actually your point?
No. People think healing equates to feeling good. Healing hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks.
So have you ever injured yourself, and then whatever part or extremity was injured, did it hurt while it was healing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow. But guess what? You know what's interesting about certain injuries? My son tore his ACL in his junior year in high school, first game of the season. After having a gigantic summer, picked up like 15 or 20 scholarships, right? And then he tore his ACL. Top recruit in the nation. Okay? The guy, the surgeon said, man, this is good this happened to you at this age. Number one, you're going to heal way faster than someone older than you. So you're going to be back soon. And then he said, now, depending on the person who gives you physical therapy, do you know that you're going to be even stronger than you were before you got injured? We never we couldn't conceive that. We couldn't conceive that. We just looked at it as this is a huge inconvenience for a promising young kid who is on his way to Kentucky, or he wound up going to Auburn, but on his way to North Carolina or wherever but at the end of the day, when we look at it, we say, you know, it was good that happened to you, because you probably would have been a first-round draft pick. You would have been a 5-star recruit. You probably would have got to the league and fanned out too soon. You needed development. So the universe injured you to slow you down so you could develop. Isn't that interesting?
That's real. I mean, you want to put that in the context of relationships, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, if you want to get to a place where you are in a marriage with someone, right? Like, there's going to be certain fires you need to go through, right, before you get to that place, before you're, I guess you can say, refined enough to withstand the storms that are going to come your way. So, I mean, I'll say this. I do not like going through pain, but at the same time, I know that it's necessary. And I feel like for people who are like myself, like it's easy to intellectualize things. You know, going through that process of refinement is heavy. It's like, I feel like I find it difficult. Like, things that maybe shouldn't take as long take longer because I'm not necessarily being, I'm not like hearing or understanding the information with my heart. I'm trying to understand it with my head. So I say all that to say.
Wait, stay with us. Stay with us. Don't leave. Don't leave. When we come forward, we going back to Houston, Texas. They still down there cooking Thanksgiving dinner.